For years, fans believed the wildest thing to happen behind the scenes of Hannah Montana was Miley Cyrus outgrowing the Disney mold. But on a recent episode of her family's podcast, Sorry We're Cyrus, Miley dropped a bombshell that even long-time viewers weren't ready for. In the middle of reminiscing about her Disney days, she casually revealed that at one point during filming, rumors began swirling that she was smoking weed on set. That alone would have been enough to send Disney executives into a frenzy. Their golden girl, the face of one of the most wholesome shows on television, allegedly lighting up backstage. The calls started pouring in. Crew members and insiders began alerting her mum, Tish, insisting something was up with young Miley. But here's the kicker. It wasn't Miley who sparked the joint. According to her, it was none other than her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus. Tish Cyrus remembered it vividly. Her phone wouldn't stop ringing. Everyone from producers to set staff were warning her that her daughter might be crossing the line. But Tish wasn't having it. She shut it down immediately, convinced that Miley would never risk something so reckless. She didn't even consider Billy Ray. Instead, her mind went straight to Mitchell Musso, Miley's co-star, who played the goofy and lovable Oliver. In a full-on mom defense mode, she redirected the blame without hesitation, pointing fingers at a teen actor just trying to hit his lines. Meanwhile, the real culprit was literally in the family. It was a classic case of chaos wrapped in denim and a mullet. And while the situation caused panic at the time, Miley can't help but laugh about it now. Because the idea of taking the fall for something her dad did, while still juggling homework and rehearsals, feels so perfectly on brand for her childhood. Years later, Miley can finally talk about the chaos with a smirk. On the podcast, she joked that it was probably both Billy Ray and Mitchell getting high, and that she just happened to be the one caught in the crossfire. Her delivery was pure Miley, dry, self-aware, and laced with the kind of sarcasm only someone who's lived under constant public scrutiny can master. She wasn't bitter, just amused. Because looking back, the idea that a teenage girl, who was carrying the entire weight of Disney's brand on her shoulders, got blamed for something her fully grown, cowboy boot-wearing father did, well, it's absurd. But that absurdity is exactly what makes the story so relatable. It's a weird, uncomfortable, oddly hilarious glimpse into the bizarre balancing act of being a child star raised in a family of celebrities who didn't always play by the rules. What makes this story more than just a funny weed mishap is what it reveals about Miley's reality back then. On screen, she was the squeaky-clean teen living a double life as Hannah Montana. Off-screen, she was navigating real-life chaos, trying to make sense of fame, family, and growing up, all while millions watched. Most kids worry about school drama or curfews. Miley was fielding press rumors, industry politics, and now, apparently, mistaken drug accusations. She was expected to be perfect while her family and her life were anything but. That's the part people forget. The pressure wasn't just about memorizing lines or hitting the stage. It was about protecting a brand, upholding an image, and trying not to crumble when the adults around her were making the kind of mistakes she'd get punished for. The weed incident. Just one tiny example of a much bigger truth. Being the face of Disney didn't mean her world was spotless behind the scenes. What's striking about Miley sharing this story now isn't just the humor. It's the timing. The Cyrus family has been through very public ups and downs, but lately there's a sense that they're all trying to do the work. Miley's been open about therapy, boundaries, and healing the fractures fame left behind. The Sorry We're Cyrus podcast doesn't feel like a PR stunt. It feels like a family reunion with microphones, where old wounds meet new perspectives. Sitting around the table with her mum Tish and sister Brandi, Miley isn't just swapping memories, she's reclaiming them. That chaotic moment on the Disney set is no longer a scandal to hide from, it's a story to laugh about. And in that laughter, there's something deeper, acceptance, growth, and a subtle nod to how far they've come. For a family that once played out their conflicts in headlines and interviews, This new chapter feels more raw, more real, and somehow more hopeful. It's hard to overstate how much Miley has changed, not just as an artist, but as a person. Back in the day, a story like this would have either been swept under the rug or blown up into a PR disaster. Now she owns it with ease. That shift says everything about her growth. She's not trying to distance herself from her past. She's using it to show how far she's come. The wild outfits, the rebellious years, the headline-grabbing moments, all part of the same journey. But now, the shock value is replaced by sharp insight and self-awareness. She's not here to provoke for attention anymore. She's here to connect, even when it means telling on her own dad for sparking up on the Disney Channel lot. That level of honesty is rare in celebrity culture, and it's why people can't stop watching. Miley's story doesn't follow the usual rise-fall-redemption arc. She's rewriting it in real time, one podcast episode at a time. So what's the takeaway from all this? That behind the wigs, glitter, and teen pop anthems was a family trying to keep it together, sometimes successfully, sometimes not. The image of Billy Ray Cyrus, Disney dad by day and weed culprit by night, is almost too absurd to believe. But somehow it fits, and the fact that Miley, once blamed for something she didn't do, can now laugh about it on a podcast with her mom and sister, that's the real plot twist. This story, outrageous as it is, peels back the layers of what it meant to grow up famous, flawed, and always in the spotlight. Fans aren't just tuning in for nostalgia, they're tuning in because it feels real. The Cyrus family isn't pretending to have it all figured out, they're just letting us watch them figure it out together. And for Miley, telling the story of the time her dad got high on a Disney set and she took the fall, it's not just a funny memory, it's a reminder that even under the weight of a double life, she never lost her voice. If anything, it's louder and more honest than ever.